There's a website where you can find your doppelganger online. So here's the first guy.
Okay.
Looks kind of like me.
Yes.
This is pretty good.
Why are they all Indian?
They're all Indian.
This is not you, dude. This is just look how sad this guy is. This guy
is
no
so
one
nice.
has ever held his hand. Look at him. Oh, Jesus. God help me all. This is my only bet. That's the only. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How's it going?
Good cashews, huh?
Salty.
I love it. I love cashews. It's like one of my pistachios and cashews are my two. Almonds, they're tricky.
They're tricky?
They're tricky.
Not tricky.
Because you eat them like, oh, it's healthy, but then
It's not that healthy.
you feel weird. I don't feel weird when I eat a lot of pistachios.
I don't know.
But I feel like ugh when I eat a lot of almonds.
Well, the thing is, like, you just bite right into them. It doesn't even. There's no give. It just you bite. It's like biting into like.
Almonds?
No,
Oh, cashews.
cashews. Yeah, they're just.
Yeah.
It's like biting through like
Such a good
flesh.
Such a good nut.
Yeah, it's good nut.
Mm-mm.
Who the hell
What?
are these three broads on the fucking?
Well, okay, here's the thing. I am lazy to go to a the Provigo.
Okay.
So there's like a tiny groceries, a bodega, some would call it. And it's the three Les Sœurs en Vrac.
I always see these three broads and I never buy them because it's like, oh, look, it looks like three Ellens or three, like who? Why are they
It's like a
packing nuts?
Montreal. It's a Montreal company.
Are they real broads or?
No, it's probably like an agglomerate of like 15 Jews, and we're like, what would sell best?
How do we get the
Women.
Jews to buy our nuts? Yeah.
Who likes to eat nuts? Women. They want to be healthy. God damn, it's not good for your health.
Yeah, people think nuts are healthy. They're just
They're listen. I think if we were still living in the woods and chopping wood for fire and hunting.
But also the way this is what I thought about like almonds. Because have you ever seen a raw almond?
Yeah, I ate some 4 days ago.
Like they're in the big green. Do you ever see what an almond actually looks like?
Isn't it like a small green thing like this?
It's like, is it that small? I don't.
I ate what I think were almonds, raw almonds.
What does it look like?
It's almond-shaped fruit. It's green.
Okay, yeah.
And if it's still not fresh, stop playing with your feet. If it's still new, like if it's still, you can eat the outside.
Yeah. Still has that new car smell.
Yeah, if it still has the new car smell, you can eat the outside.
Okay.
In Lebanon, they're popular.
Okay, so maybe
Lows.
you know what it is. You see something, you just make it up. Also, like
Okay.
in my head, I thought an almond was the size of a baseball.
I think cashews.
Oh.
The cashew. I think it's the nut inside the fruit, and I don't think you're supposed to eat the fruit.
No, I don't know.
Which is I find hilarious.
Yeah,
how
that's
they
weird.
found out that like, so you live in a you're a Neanderthal living whatever.
Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. What is it again?
Neanderthal.
Neanderthal. Tall? Not tall?
I don't know.
Neanderthal.
Joe-
So you're
Jerry says it's Neanderthal.
Jerry?
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. Peace be upon him. So imagine like they ate the fruit and then the guy died.
Oh.
And the guy's like, well, let me finish. And then the other guy died.
Yeah.
and they kept dying till like they ended with just the nut, and then they ate it, and he's like, "Oh, this is I'm not
this
dead."
is pretty good.
And there's like 12 bodies I can eat after this.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's why I imagine like you're not supposed to eat that many nuts. So I imagine like back like when we all had like
I thought you were gonna say hair. I'm like,
no, like squirrel hats, like Mr. In your boat, and you're like Mr. Columbia, Christopher Columbus sailed the seas.
That's not too long ago. That's like 500-600 years ago.
Okay. So maybe even before it's like saber-tooth tiger helmets or hats. I don't know. Is that a theme song to people back then?
Tarzan? I have no idea what you're talking about. Like tiger hats and then Columbus.
Think of long time ago.
Okay.
You would see a nut. You'd probably see one nut a month, and you would savor the nut. Now we're just eating handfuls.
No, I
of
don't
nuts.
think so.
No?
I think there's a tree, and then during
But you have to climb the tree.
Yeah. So
The nuts fall.
Or then, no, I think you could. I think you would underestimate how well we were at climbing trees back then, because that's all.
We were monkeys.
And
we had AIDS.
There's racism in what you said.
No!
I don't know where it's going.
No, because the people the monkeys gave me my ancestors' AIDS.
You're trying too hard, Gabe. Calm down.
I'm not trying.
Be you. We had that talk. You're telling me that
Be
you
who?
like to be you. You told me you like having a comedic character, and I told you like because you accused me of being cool.
Yeah, you're cool.
I'm not cool.
Mhm.
Am I cool?
Sometimes I
Cool.
see you combing your hair.
Aw. Imagine before a show, I have a comb. I'm like,
And you're like doing your moves, spinning in front of the mirror, like Saturday Night Fever.
who can do it? You can do it, Amer. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So yeah, so yeah.
Mhm.
But you said it in a like, Amer, you play the cool guy. I'm like, I don't play. Here's the thing that I learned when I started comedy.
Yeah.
Is that I was talking to other open micers when we began, and they were
Uh-huh.
telling me like, man, I'm working on my character, and I'm like, you're disgusting right now. Anyone who's telling me like I'm working on my character, I'm like, ugh, because I just thought like just keep doing jokes
Yeah.
till you get funny. I never thought of making it a character, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I never thought like, oh, what's my comedic voice? I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking go do
you write
shitty open
jokes,
mics till I
yeah.
get funny. That's it.
Yeah.
But apparently, this is a character. Who am
Well,
I talking to?
I have
Who
to.
are you?
I have to be on a little bit. I can't just be. What's up, man? What's going on, dude? All right, see you.
That's hilarious.
No, yeah. This is me at home all day. What's up, man?
He's staring at a wall.
Talking to Claire. What's up, dude?
Suck my dick. I can't even do bad.
What's up? What's going on? So yeah, but then the fake, not the fake me, but the put on me is I talk like this. Hello,
This is the fake you. You wouldn't consider this the real you.
dude. No, like I'm.
Really?
Well, real me is
Uh-huh.
just alone in my mind with Harry Potter on repeat. I don't know, bullshit. It's just nothing,
I was making out with a girl, and she said I look like Snape. If I had hair, I would look like Snape. It's funny you brought up Harry Potter. I'm like, I'm gonna bring that up on the podcast.
Dude, yeah, you look like sorta.
Like if I had hair, I would look like
just the
Snape.
nose.
What?
Because he kind of has a long nose.
You were about to say Jewy, weren't you?
No. His name is not Jewy. He's for
No?
sure Christian.
Oh yeah, of course.
For sure Christian. He's like, he's anti-Semitic for sure.
Oh, 100%. You
Yeah.
could see it. You could see it.
That's because he thought, the reason he hated Harry Potter because he thought he was Jew for most of the series. And he's like, wait, you're not a Jew?
Potter, that's Ashkenazi. That's clearly Ashkenazi.
No, I'm actually
So yeah,
Christian.
it was funny. She's like, if you had hair, you would look like Snape. I'm like,
Oh.
why are you making out with me?
Alan Thicke, right? No, not Alan Thicke. Alan Rickman is the name of the
Alan
one.
Rickman?
Yeah.
I'm like, at least she didn't say Voldemort. That was the highlight. I'm like, well,
Yeah. Okay, this kind of spills into my little surprise I wanted.
oh my god, should I close my eyes?
No. I'll
Should I unbuckle my pants?
So, me and Claire were. So first, Claire did his little thing. There's a website where you can find your doppelganger online.
Okay.
And so, she put a picture of me first of all,
Uh-huh.
and she found a bunch of pictures, and it's very insulting and horrible. And I was like, you know what? It'd be funny if I
Yeah.
showed Amer a bunch of pictures of when I put your picture in the machine.
Just so you know, all these websites, all they're doing is like stealing your face.
I know, dude.
And somewhere in like Czechoslovakia, there'll be like a Vladimir with your face on his passport.
So
Like, hello,
funny.
look.
So,
Gabriel Omashki.
yeah, Omashki. You want to hear something really funny though? So my mom was, like with your glasses, you need like certain measurements, like the measurement between the two lenses or
The
whatever.
black holes.
Yeah, right. Your eyes. What do you need? Two black holes?
No, but like it's more than the.
Yeah. Whatever that's called, like your balance beam
Yeah.
or whatever.
DP?
DP.
PD?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's DP
So-
or DP.
So we found this is so funny. We found a site online to like you put in a picture of yourself and it calculates it for you. But the way it calculates it, you have to put your credit card in front of your eye. And my mom was doing it, and I was like, this seems kind of normal.
Gabriel, it's not working.
And we were using a cost.
Gabriel.
First, we were using a Costco card, and she says, "No, it says credit card." And we're like, "No, oh my god!" Then we realized the site was so shitty too.
Oh my god.
so funny.
All that not to use a ruler. The
I
troubles.
know the ruler. And we're like, "Why don't you use a fucking ruler?"
That's so funny. She wants to buy glasses. That's why she wanted to measure her DP. Is it DP?
I don't
Because
know.
I know DP is.
Cashews. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't
remember we
know.
were talking about poisoning your
Yeah.
partner. You okay?
Yeah. What's that? Elephant? No. Okay.
Okay, this is the remnant
Mm-hmm.
of something that I use to make sure no sun comes out.
Okay.
It's just sun doesn't feel good on my skin. Just
No?
starts burning and like holy water too.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
But okay, so show me who you look like. Can you pose it also for the people?
Okay, so what I
doesn't-
did, I'm gonna sync it up. I have a recording app, so I show you on my phone. It's gonna record
Okay.
everything.
So wait, I want to see you first.
Yeah. I'm gonna show me first. Okay, here it's going now.
Okay, and let's see. But you understand, you're comparing yourself with other people who want to see what they look like.
Yeah, but it's like,
So of course it's not gonna be like cool, hot.
yeah. Okay, so here's the first guy.
Okay.
Looks kind of like me.
Yeah, it's
He
really
does
good.
look like. Okay, here's another
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, that's so funny.
No. There we go.
Oh, this one, yeah, this one. Except that he has eyes, but
Yeah,
that's Sarag, bro. That's Sarag.
this is pretty good.
Why are they all Indian?
They're all Indian.
They're all
This
Indian.
guy
I'm fucking-
looks like nothing like me. Dude,
This is not you, dude. This is just look how sad this guy is. This guy,
is
no
so
one
nice.
has ever held his hand. Look at him, poor guy, man. This guy, I would love. By the way,
It's
all of them,
Indian, dude.
their hair is fantastic.
I
They have Hollywood hair, but they're
So
wearing like a
good.
wife beater.
This,
Dude, I love this guy. He's like, I am in my store.
where is he?
He is in Pakistan, in Lahore. He is on the border with this is where Bin Laden was hiding for 45 years.
Dude, this guy is
This
funny.
guy's like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm wearing a polo shirt.
He's like a hot guy in a Pixar movie or something.
But
like a hot Indian
okay, so
guy.
apparently you're Indian. So
And then
basically,
there's this guy.
nice.
I don't know
this
why.
is what's the name of the wrestler?
Oh, Mick Foley.
Yeah, this is Mick Foley.
And there you
Oh,
go.
this one.
Yeah.
This one.
Something
could be
about
better.
it. It looks like a.
But his eyes are too close.
I know it's.
Let me look at you.
It's
Your
not-
eyes are at the
yeah.
right distance.
A lot of these people have the same. So I have like a Neanderthal indentation,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
A lot of these guys also have the same indentation.
Don't point at this guy. None of these.
Look, see Neanderthal.
This guy, yeah, this guy I can see it. This guy, not at all. I think there's just hair and a beard
And there's one more.
and Indian, basically. That's
there
it.
you go. He's like hot.
He's been Hollywoodized, like in the
Yeah.
sense like he did
Yeah.
his line and everything.
Yeah. A little too cute.
But you do understand
Yeah.
that the only reason why these guys have posted their photos there
Yeah.
because they're in a country where if you have premarital sex, you die.
Okay. So
You understand?
So they're trying to find.
You
their-
get laid. You don't need to.
Maybe they're gay guys in India that want to fuck people that look like them. So
Dude. Okay, I know someone,
okay,
and him and his girlfriend look so much alike.
that's weird. Who is it? Me and Claire?
No, you don't look anything alike.
We both
like
have
that.
brown hair and we're both
Hairy. No.
broken teeth. Like
No,
Yeah,
no,
take
it's fixed. You fix your teeth.
I fixed it.
Well, you've been wearing your thing, no?
Oh yeah, it's been working. Huh?
No, you don't look like Claire
Okay, good.
at all.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't say you look like
okay.
Claire.
So who's? Oh wait, you don't have to
I'm
tell
not
me.
gonna say his name.
Is it
but
someone I know?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And he looks
Okay.
a lot like his girlfriend. It's
Oh.
weird.
That is
Like,
weird.
you really want to fuck yourself, and she wants to
Wow.
fuck himself. She's like the girl version of him. Like, take him, put a wig on, grow some tits, and like. Oh
Really?
yeah, it's so much. It's crazy.
That's wild.
I've met a few people like that in my life where
Wow.
they kind of look alike. It's very odd.
That's funny. You want to see you?
Oh, did you? Oh, you already used my photo?
Yeah.
Oh man, which photo? Oh, Jesus Christ!
I used the one.
I don't want my photo being.
I
backed
used
up
the
by-
one of you doing the Montreal Gazette.
Okay, with hair.
But they knew somehow because look, this is the first one.
Okay. How did they know that I was gonna go bald? Okay. Oh Jesus! God help me all.
This is
He looks like my dad and my brother combined.
okay,
Okay.
dude.
All right. This looks like Thompson, a comedian
Yeah, I
here in
don't know
Montreal.
why.
This
could be you in like 25 years or something. It's
you
weird.
know he's my age.
No, you think?
I'd like to believe. Okay.
You guys have a similar smile.
He looks happy and high.
Yeah,
All right.
his head is really tall.
Yeah, I don't have that head.
No.
I have a better shaped head. This guy looks just depressed. He got my emotion on the side. This guy's photo is upside down. Why is it me?
Okay,
How did they
there
know?
you go.
He's just a bald guy. Where is he?
This is me and you.
If you and I had a baby, if we were able to multiply,
I don't know.
it would look like this. But
Okay.
oh yeah, so glasses. Oh, this could be me.
Yeah.
This I honestly thought it was me. This guy,
That's
Jesus
weird,
Christ.
huh?
Oh my God.
And this is when you're rich and millionaire. And there, this is your evil brother that wants to like.
You know what's funny? I know a guy who looks exactly like this.
Creepy, right?
Jesus Christ.
He came out. He's out to rape.
Jesus Christ. But dude, this one's scary.
Yeah,
This I really thought it was like a picture of me.
Yeah, that's creepy, huh?
It's like the.
All right, that's pretty good.
Oh my God.
All right, we got that out of the way. Creepy. I don't know. Okay,
It's funny. There were a couple of Arabs. I was surprised. I thought they would be mostly like
Indians or something.
Indians or.
But I'm telling you, I just look like a fucking Indian guy.
You look like a fucking Indian.
When
guy.
last time,
your worst nightmare. You look like
No.
a brown guy.
Indians are cool.
I love Indian people.
They're
I love Indian
fucking
food. I
awesome.
love Indian
Indian
women. I love Indian music.
If you want to see the pictures, just go on the YouTube channel. Most of you probably are watching on YouTube anyways.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. We forgot. There's an audio version
Yeah,
of this
yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, just go on the fucking.
A lot of people have been going from the video to the audio.
How do you know?
I can see because our video numbers are going down, but our audio numbers are going up.
Oh, it's because of my sexy voice.
Yeah, I think.
Piece of shit.
Yeah.
What I wanted to say. So yeah, I was surprised that it wasn't a bunch of Arabs. I have a funny Arab story. I don't know how I should preface. I don't know if I should start say it chronologically
Okay.
or if I should say it how it happened. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'll say it how it happened, and then okay. So Monday or Tuesday, I was at a bar and I was hosting a quiz, and at the end, I go in a back alley to get my car. This is where I park my car.
Okay.
And also murder.
Yeah. Murder.
And I'm walking this back alley, and I see there's a university next to the bar, and Concordia,
Yeah.
of course. And I see there's a man. He's like in the corner alone,
interesting.
and he's praying. He's doing the
What? Outside in an alleyway?
Yeah, well,
Tough times.
well, I guess he had school and he doesn't have time to pray.
Okay.
So he doesn't want to he wasn't want to be one of those guys who like I pray and so he took like a back alley alone and he's praying in the Concordia next to the Concordia building. And I looked at this, and even though I'm not religious, it's nice, you know. You're trying to find peace within you, whatever. I mean, he's wrong, but he's trying to find peace.
Yeah, he's full of shit.
You know, it's like meditating. I'm like, oh, it's good. He's doing it all by himself.
Yeah,
he's not doing it for
no,
show.
I gotcha.
So I told him in Arabic, may God. So I'm just walking and I see him as Taqabbal Allah in Arabic. This is what we say, like, may God accept your prayer. Blah, blah, blah. It's funny how my voice just dropped every time I pray. So anyways, so he's like, he looks at me, he's like, you're a comedian, huh? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, sweet. New Bonne Nuit subscriber. He's like, I remember you. I watch you. We had an argument. I'm like, we did?
What?
And then he's like, yes, you had a joke about this guy, and I told you cannot do this joke. And I was, then he said the joke. He's like, well, I'm still doing the joke, and I just got in my car and I left.
What was the joke?
Here's the
who's
joke.
the guy?
And this is based on a true story. I was in the metro 4 years ago or something, and I'm standing in the metro, and I'm a Muslim. I can clearly, dude. He had the full Muslim. You remember I talked about the woman in the niqab?
Yeah.
He had the male version. Like he had the dress and the shoes and the huge backpack. Huge backpack.
Dynamite.
And I'm looking at him, and something I don't know if you notice about extreme people who are religiously extremist.
Yeah.
They're always frowning.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I am better than I have.
Is that why?
I have the truth, and you guys, you're nothing.
Oh my God!
Of course.
Is that what they actually think?
Look at the Christians, the Hasidic Jews, like the extremists, and look at the Muslims. They're all like, do not approach me.
What?
I am better than all of you, and they're frowning, and there's there's disgust.
So they're so enlightened that they became assholes.
Exactly.
So they're not really enlightened.
Of course not.
Oh,
Of course not. You didn't know? You're finding out now.
that's what's wrong.
So
with
there's
me.
so anyway, so the guy was in the metro, and I was looking at him. First of all, too Arabic, huge backpack, and I swear he was reading the Quran out loud
Wow.
off his iPad in the metro.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, seriously, bro?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, I'm not gonna read the.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, really? Like, I'm all for free speech and do whatever you want, but you do understand the image you're portraying right now.
It looks a little wild in Guy Concordia,
Like
or where we were.
somewhere, whatever. Like, you do realize that it's rude. Not that you're reading; you're reading out loud. And can't you? Can't you use your inside voice when you're reading the Quran?
Yeah.
Looking like I get it. You want to show like if anyone would say anything to him, he would like, you are being racist. Like I know what he was
Or
trying
listen
to
to
do.
it on Audible at least or something.
Something or read it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I was watching this, and the joke I wrote is that we get closer to, I think, Metro Sauvé or whatever, and suddenly he's on his iPad. He's like, I guess he lost like Wi-Fi connection. So the joke I said, like, even the word of Allah requires a 3G connection.
Oh, that's good.
You know?
Yeah.
So anyways, that's the joke I did. And after the show, he was like, you cannot, this is very rude. You cannot talk about, like, he was being a Muslim Karen.
Damn.
You know what I mean? A Karen. He was being a fucking Karen. So anyways, I didn't recognize him because I don't care. I was just So when I saw him and he's like, he reminded me of that joke. And I was like, ooh, bye-bye. Assalamu alaikum. And I just fucking bolted.
I've been thinking about this joke for 35 years.
It's funny, my mom is, because I make Muslim jokes on the podcast and on stage. My mom was like, be careful, I don't want, like, that she's worried that those herons would fucking, you look at them, they're like, oh. There's a disdain. Disdain?
Yeah.
There's a disdain to other.
Yeah.
Like, you swine, you are not as good as me. I am enlightened. I have found the word of God. And I think our friend, and you're gonna have to beep this. I think I see him getting like, I am better. I don't know who cultivates that.
Don't know.
You know, there's no doubt, not a single doubt.
No.
It must be good though to live without doubt.
Because you kind of like, you feel as if you're anything
you have a superpower.
Yeah, anything you do, you're not like, oh, it's fine. Like, you kind of have like no guilt ever. Because you found the one path to go down that'll never put you in any danger, trouble, or like
you just
never feel bad.
You have found what you consider is the truth.
Yeah.
And you just always like, oh, I'll just use the book.
Yeah, you don't have to think for yourself.
I mean, they nailed it on how you should treat women, but other than that, you should question some things. And it was just like, these are the only people I think I'm gonna have a problem. I make so many jokes about Jews. I never had a single Jew after you're like, hey, you cannot.
Yeah.
But fucking you Muslim Karens, I think like women Karens, you could just like, shut up, bitch.
you
drunk
could just
white woman, get the fuck out of my face. But Muslim Karens, I'm like, all right,
I know, because they're sober. They're sober. They're like focused and like all they have is I don't know, hatred.
And here's the thing. They're right to be angry.
Yeah.
Because I say
we're doing bad stuff.
Heinous shit. You don't. You're still a good boy. Like, I say.
But in our let's say, maybe not anymore, but in our day-to-day lives, we would do gross shit that if he was witness to, he'd like, his frown would be so big. He'd be like,
our existence would disgust him.
Yeah.
It must be, as I said, it must be good to have fun. Like, just imagine you never have to question any decision in your life. You like, whatever your truth you found, like, oh, I just have to follow this book, but nothing. What is? I read it somewhere that not conservatism. What do you call it?
Fundamentalism.
Fundamentalism is the like the reverse of creativity.
Oh, okay.
Like, you cannot be a fundamentalist artist. You know what I mean?
Because it's just like rocks and like stones just pushed together.
You never question. You never question. You never question anything that was told to you.
No.
What a low IQ. Oh, here we go.
I like the idea of like, you know how there's like fundamentalist scientists or something where it's like, we believe in Jesus, we also believe in dinosaurs. So Jesus was riding on the back of like a pterodactyl, and they're like, yeah, they all live together, you know? And
honestly, dude, that's the problem with like, if you're a fundamentalist, is that science doesn't stop.
No.
Science is like a choo-choo, like a train, and every day it will keep growing. And one day, I always wonder, like, is God the unknown? You know what I mean? Like, is magic that we give to God is just unknown? Like, 500-600 years ago, you're like, fire, oh, that's God. Okay, and then you realize, it's a reaction between oxygen and spark, blah, 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 and then you create fire. And then every time you understand something, you remove the God aspect. So is God just the unknown? And we'll never have the full known.
No. Like, what the hell is fucking... What shit we don't know? Like, how...
So
gravity
much.
Or...
No. Gravity, by the way, we think we know, but there's still a lot to learn. Yeah,
there's still... We don't know.
There's a lot of things we don't fully understand. But we're trying to solve. That's the fun thing about science, is that we always try to solve,
Yeah, I don't know anything.
I don't know if that's a premise someone already has about, like, God is just the unknown.
I think it is. I mean,
I hope I didn't steal it, or like no one has ever thought about it.
Like aliens, who knows? Oh my God.
Yeah.
I like aliens, but I hate like Alien talk, man.
No one brought up aliens, by the way.
Oh, why'd you bring it? It's true.
No one has
I was
talked
thinking
about anything about aliens.
I was thinking about like like old people looking mad and shit. Was this guy old or was he a young guy?
No, they're young. Because usually when they get
guy was
old,
young?
when they get I would. Here's the thing, dude. You cannot recruit a 50-year-old terrorist.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
You cannot. No one. When you're in your 50s, if you weren't subjugated to like it's very hard. It's like there's no 20-year-old soldiers. Sorry, there's no 50-year-old soldiers. There's like 20-year-old soldiers who go to war.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the fundamentalism.
So what happens when they get older? What do these fundamentalists become? They become mentalists?
Here's the thing: if they have charm, they become leaders.
Oh.
You know. But usually life kind of like grinds you and you're like, oh, fuck, I have to feed my kids. So you don't have time to go to the meetings and you're like, I'm just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, then they kind of become soft, right? And they kind of just chill.
Plus, when were you looking for answers in your life? When you're, for men anyways, when you're in your young 20s, you know, you're walking aimlessly through life.
Yeah.
No one is fucking you. Well, no, you know, you're like, why am I here? What's the truth? You know, why am I annoying? Oh, you know, what's the purpose of this? No one wants to fuck me. Is it just money? You have when you're a man, and that's why Jordan Peterson is so popular with the young men, because we're searching for answers. And guys, that's why you should listen to It Was a Bonne Nuit, because we will provide.
Because that one just died.
It Was a Bonne Nuit will provide you all the answers, young man. We should have.
Sermons.
We should. Well, that's why we have.
It's a podcast.
I refer to my show, our show, the Good Night Show, as our mosque.
Oh, do you?
I was talking with my friend. I'm like, it's our mosque. If you people want to meet, come to the mosque.
That's
come
cool.
Come have fun. You know, what a fun show, by the way. Last week, since
that was fun. That was fun. I had a lot of fun. Blast. A blast.
Packed room.
Yeah, I know.
We ran out of space to put people.
It was crazy.
We might have to remove tables and just have more chairs.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
However, I like the idea of like, when the rush of like when someone shows up and we're like, okay, let us get chairs and sneak you in the back. It makes the place, like, ooh, it's cooler. You know, like, oh my God, let me fit you right next to this hot girl for your own pleasure, you know?
Nice, yeah. Fuck yeah.
I like that. It's such a fun show.
Yeah, and then the next day I hosted a show, and it was one of the worst shows I've ever hosted in my life. It was so bad. Like, it was crazy. The show never has people, right?
Yeah.
When I'm like, okay, wait, I'm just going to do it. It's going to be like a shitty open mic, try new material. Place is packed. So there's two new comedians brought their friends, two different groups, and they're all like excited, like, woo, man, this is going to be a great show. We're going to have fun. We're like, yeah. And I go on. I'm doing crowd work, you know. I'm getting into it. Everyone's laughing, you know. And then I started doing like jokes and shit. They're kind of like dying down, the laughter, until like it went to like just a stop. And I'm like, that's really weird. So I tried to bring everyone back up again. I'm like, come on, everybody. And they're like, yeah. And then down again. I'm like, that's so weird. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I was on, you know, long enough. So I brought in Tom Murphy, you know. Same with him. Bring everyone's energy up. I was like, okay, he's going to get it. And then like the jokes, nothing. And then every single person, bomb. And then this guy in the audience is this new comedian with his friends. He was just like super racist and like awful for some reason.
In the audience or when he got on stage?
In the audience. Like Nazir was on. Nazir was the only one that did good because he was just shitting on them. And it was so funny and so laughing. And then the guy's like, go back to Brampton. Where all the brown people live or whatever. And Nazir was like, whoa. It's brutal. Anyway.
It's funny mocking Nazir, who is like a jiu-jitsu god, and he's a weightlifter now. He's jacked as fuck. I would have seen just Nazir just punched up, but he's like, he meditates now and he does yoga, so he's not gonna beat him. Punch the fuck out of him. So he's a comedian who was racist. So he was trying to be edgy.
Yeah, maybe, because he goes on. There's this woman that's like I don't know if she was a lesbian or looks like a lesbian, and she was like brought people. She's a comedian also, and then he was making jokes about like eating pussy, and he's like, I bet, you know, when you're like first starting, like there's things you would never say because you're aware enough not to be that disgusting on stage. And I'm not a super progressive guy, right? He was just like being like, I bet the fucking lesbian loved that joke. Like I'm like, dude, you're gonna like, a hole's gonna explode right here, and everyone who's on the show is gonna get kicked out of the scene. Like, you're like, oh my God, if I let this people are going to be like, who's hosting that night when the guy was racist and sexist and Gabriel? Oh, well, who's he booking? Oh my God. Anyway, whatever. So I had to go on and be like, show up, you know.
It's, listen, for some reason, I don't know why, I'm very permissive towards new comedians because saying the craziest thing, saying like, I bet the lesbian likes this. If it's said with the right tone of like, I know it's hacky, but it's funny because I know it's hacky.
Yeah.
If you says it as this like, yeah, I know the lesbian would like this, you're like, that's hacky. Why are you even fucking? It's not even funny. It's just attacking. But if you say like, I know the,
I know. There's a tone, right?
There's a tone.
Yeah.
The thing is, you don't know tone yet.
It's true. Yeah.
Plus, I bet the guy was like 12 years old.
Dude, yeah, it was crazy.
He wasn't a man. He was still a little.
The whole audience seemed so young, and they don't even know how to be out and about. It was weird.
But the friend, when their friend got on stage, did their friend do well? Were they like cheering for their friends? Because sometimes that happens. Sorry, there's a
sorta, but like.
Imagine you come back. It worked.
That's hilarious. So was he doing? Not really, but like one of his friends. You know, like when kids laugh or like young people, they laugh like.
I love that laugh.
But it was like.
I love ugly laughs. If you have an ugly laugh, come to the show.
But it was like an evil, like shitty laugh that he was laughing at how like he was saying fucked up shit. I can't remember what it was, but it was like, really? Come on, man. And it was just in like the most shittiest tone. He was basically saying the comedians in the show were shit, and then he started being just super.
But was he funny? Did he have good jokes?
Oh no.
Well, okay. Here, there's two type of new comedians. I don't know. I'm sure you noticed. There's like, bro, I'm gonna have Netflix.
Yeah, he was that.
He was. I had that.
But
it took me.
You're also taller, and you looked like a man.
But 3 open mics later, I'm like, I'm never gonna.
Oh,
you understand?
Yeah.
I grinded.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm shit, and then garbage, and then I mushrooms also, and just push that. So maybe, as I said, I'm very permissive towards children. Not permissive, patient.
Yeah, patient.
I'm patient with very young people, especially that want to do what we do.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look at this faggot.
Yeah.
But, fuck.
No, it's okay. You know when I said I'm not a progressive guy, why would I say that I'm not I'm a progressive guy? I'm a pretty progressive guy.
There's nothing wrong. But it's okay to have a balanced mind where you're like, sometimes with certain things I'm progressive and certain things I'm conservative.
Yeah.
90% of the people are like that, Gabe. You're a well thinking machine.
Sorry.
Who burps. So don't.
Time to get
I know it's very important for you to maintain this image of like, listen, I'm a zimzer. I have like this progressive. I'm 12 years old and I'm a very progressive guy. But I know you're not. I've spoken to you. You're an old Donald Trump loving.
No, that's not true. You don't know.
Gun toting.
Toting. I don't got bags.
You toting. You toting guns. You toting the guns.
Toting.
You toting the guns. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
This is wild.
Here's what my advice for when you're working with people. You gotta do crowd work, and let's say you want to do your mutard joke. You're like, hey, you like mustard, and then do that.
Yeah.
You gotta.
That's a good idea.
You gotta.
Yeah, finagle.
You can't just like crowd work and then like play and then do that joke because they will not.
That's really good idea.
Because they're like, oh, now he's doing jokes and we're not gonna laugh. But if you're like, nah, huh? What? Like if you do it as if you're talking with them,
that's really
then
good advice.
It will not only kill, it will be like the whole building will set on fire.
You know what? I did do that. I had it because a lot of the people they're in French class or something. They're doing French.
Also,
courses.
they have to make sure they speak English.
No. They're all from all over Canada, right? So they're doing French classes, and I said like, oh, you guys are learning French. I don't know French. I'm from Montreal. I only speak English, and I did my English.
Oh, and I'm sure
joke.
they were like, ah!
That did good. You're right. And then it all died. But whatever. Who cares? Whatever.
It's
live and learn.
That's the thing. Here's the thing, though. When you host a lot, you get into the shitty habit of always bringing your joke that way. I love comedians because I developed that message that because I've been hosting every week the showcase every Wednesday 8 p.m. Melrose every Wednesday. So I've developed a way to always introduce a joke that way. Yeah. So now when I see a comedian go on stage and he's just bringing up a premise without getting the cut to like without like. You know what I mean? Without doing that trick of like as if I'm talking to you, they're able to do. I'm like, God damn. That's why I decided to host less because I work so much on that muscle. I want to be able to do the other.
Just perform.
Where if I was in a pitch black room, I could do, and I would still get the
laughs and
get the laughs. That's why I like going, because when I go on the road or whatever, when I do like a proper show, like weekend show, I don't do that.
Yeah, you have to just open.
I just, because you're not allowed to do crowd work when you're like
I know,
or whatever. So yeah, but that's a muscle that I'm sure you would be 100% good at it.
Yeah, I'm figuring it out.
It's like a little. That's what I found out. A little technique.
Yeah, it's smart. I'm gonna try it someday.
Yeah, some people host differently. Some people, they just go on stage and they press play and they just they push through until the crowd starts laughing. So it's like you're not laughing now, but you're gonna laugh, and then the crowd is hypnotized, and then they
really.
I like the human contact of comedy, you know.
Yeah, I feel you. Damn, but the show was so bad. But what was cool about that show is that
you got paid. High five.
Yeah, I guess some whatever. But they give you pretty much unlimited drink tickets.
Nice.
Which is crazy. Like, I gave everybody like 4 drink tickets. We were all drunk by the end. I gave Claire drink tickets, and people were not on the show drink tickets. Dude, everybody was getting drunk, and I was like, all right. And then what I would do, someone would bomb, I would hand them a drink ticket as they got on stage. It was great.
Okay, I'm sure that got laughed.
No, everyone was like, whatever.
Do they understand the notion of drink tickets?
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I was just like, he's getting drunk, you know. And then like even Daniel Karen, like the mic stand was so shit. He just like took it apart and like took the other half with him and whatever. And then I'm like, you see what he did to him? He broke the mic stand. And they're just still like even the wacky was still, some crowds, I don't understand.
Yeah.
But like everybody who's there, like all the comedians were like, this something wrong with this audience. They're fucking, and then what? I'm afraid these people are gonna hear the some of the comedians, because like there's this other comedian who's on the show. She goes on, and she just starts like shitting on all the comedians, and she then goes to bomb right after. And
that's a rookie. That's a rookie mistake. That's a rookie. Like, I am better. Are they new? All these.
Yeah.
You remember you were hosting an open mic.
Yeah.
So open mic, you gotta like this is. Yeah. This is what happens. Some comedians like, I'm the shit. I'm the shit. Like they have that attitude. Like, I'm the shit. But
she was also like apologetic. She was like, I'm sorry for guys coming. This is a free show. Usually, she was just shitting. I'm like, dude, some of these comedians are fucking amazing. Like, are you kidding? Some of them are just for laughs.
Just for laughs.
They're like in festivals and shit, dude. Like, they're fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's I should have.
That's why I was like, hey, are you here?
Just call them the N-word. Like, hey. Sometimes you gotta. I mean, don't call them, but it's a little like a.
Yeah.
Like, oh, all right.
I know.
Hey.
I was trying to whip. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, whatever. But it was alright.
What worked? Do you remember what worked?
Like just kind of like asking why they're here, where they're from, and then like because it was like one guy and like 15 girls, right? So it was like, oh, who has the hots for this guy? Isn't he hot? Ha ha ha. And then like I found out he's doing French classes. He's from Kelowna, BC. He's doing French classes in Quebec because he wants to become a French teacher. And I was like, that's really odd. Like, you came to Quebec to learn French to become a French teacher? Like, it's like almost, that doesn't, I never heard. Usually you have a passion for something and then you learn to teach it. Like, and I was like, what, do you have a passion for French? Like, do you fuck, like, baguettes? So like, what is that? Like, what do you,
but what's, you don't, it's as if I'm like, hey, I decided to become a Chinese teacher, but first I have to learn Chinese.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And it's like, do you have any passion for French? He's like, no. Like, do you know anything about French? He's like, not really. Okay. So you become, yeah, exactly. It's almost being like, I'm becoming a French teacher. Oh yeah, you've been to China? What's that? You know, it's like, what the fuck? Never been to China. I don't watch anything Chinese. I don't watch Dragon Ball or whatever. You know, like it's.
But why teach French? Like, you can learn French, but what's the passion of like?
I know.
I want to teach.
It was
French.
really.
How you don't even know French. How the fuck are you gonna enjoy
want to teach it? And then I asked, like, are you all want to become French teachers? He's like, no. I'm like, so there's just one fucking weirdo that's the.
Are you trying to suck up to his French teacher? Like, I want to be a French teacher too. Because I have students, weird. You know. Like, I'm like, I want to be a teacher. I'm like, you don't want to be a teacher. You're just saying this to like so that like, hey, that love me teacher. you know this when children want to get your approval. You can feel it. So you're like, oh, okay, that's so weird.
Right? And I was trying to make it clear to
everyone
that
was
weird. Why don't you
teach English? Learn French, but
you've
been speaking English your whole life. You're
so funny.
I think maybe they're just stupid.
I think they were fucking dumb.
Yeah, that's happens too. When they're dumb, you gotta go. And they're like,
it's funny. You're doing that and I was laughing. I was like,
Also, it's funny you say that. So they were all like kind of exchange student vibe.
Yeah,
right?
they're all from like small towns in shit dick Alberta.
My worst show
Mm-hmm.
when I was hosting, it was not a small crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It was there's a table of maybe 10 or 12, all exchange students, a couple of people who did not speak English.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And a lady at the front who I pissed off right away,
Mm-hmm.
and like a couple other people. It was the worst show of my life
Okay,
because they're like, I would just do a joke, my killer jokes,
Mm-hmm.
my synagogue jokes, my everything, and they were like,
Jeez.
and I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it's when people are from outside.
Mm-hmm.
Laughter feels illegal. They're like, oh my God, because we're making jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, I don't want to lose my citizenship. I don't
Yeah.
want to get kicked out. So they're like,
Yeah.
they don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's gonna happen. We could just
Yeah.
laugh at these things.
Yeah. No.
They were polite. Some of them, like there was a guy. He's from Finland. He's like
Weird.
just smiling.
Brutal.
I'm like,
Just don't
yeah,
even.
you can
I
make
don't
a
wanna see
noise with
those-
your
I don't wanna see
mouth.
those fucking teeth. Yeah, I don't know.
It happens, dude.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, then doing other shows, so it doesn't matter. Doing an online show today.
You did an online show.
Well, I'm doing one. I'm doing
like a Zoom show.
No, VR. I do
VR.
like a Rodney show. I do it every
Nice.
Tuesday. I'm like, why not?
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah,
I should come by. I would love to do one.
yeah. It should be fun. Tomorrow I'm doing, I think, 2 if I don't have any spots because they're competitions. And
VR.
two competitions. If you win, you get $20. So it's not bad. I'd imagine nobody's gonna.
I don't know,
Be
man.
good.
I'm over comedy competitions.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah,
like
yeah.
local comedy competitions.
Yeah. No. I wouldn't do like a. I don't know. I don't think I would do the one that's in.
I'm done.
Like weeks and weeks.
I made it to the finale, but
Yeah.
fucking you have to get your friends to come, and they're like, I'm done.
Yeah. No.
I think I was probably the second best on that night, but I'm like, I'm done. We're done.
Mhm.
I'm never doing a comedy competition.
Yeah.
Because I just realized I could just ask my friend to give me the money.
Yeah.
Like instead of making $1,000 winning the competition,
Yeah.
I have 10 friends who came. Just give me the money, and I'll
Yeah,
just
give
make the
everybody-
money.
Yeah. Right.
I don't need to I don't
No.
need to prove to anyone that I'm funny anymore. If you don't think I'm funny,
No,
good
it's,
for you. You know.
Yeah, I don't want to do it. It's just like heartbreaking.
fucking-
You're like, not heartbreaking. It's
You
like
know.
embarrassing. You know.
Call fatwa on me if you don't think I'm funny. That's pretty much.
It's weird because
yeah.
like I remember the competition I did, everybody was doing good, and I'm like, okay, how do you judge that? Like everybody did pretty much the same. I remember like killing. I'm like, okay, I might get top 3. No, I'm like, okay, that's. I don't even remember.
Did you bring friends?
No.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, I didn't really even
No.
think about it. I just
Yeah.
thought it was
And how do you judge? There's so many. I don't know. It's a money grab,
yeah.
and I'm not a fan of those anymore. I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
done. I get it when you're a
Mhm.
beginner. It's good for your ego. You wanna boost. You're like, hey, I'm funny and stuff. But
Yeah.
as you grow older, I'm like, I'm done.
No.
I'm done. I cannot. Dude, I wanted to ask you a question. It goes back to who's blacker. Do you? So you're half Greek, half
Mhm.
Portuguese.
Italian.
Oh, sorry, half Greek, half Italian.
What?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
What do you? Let's say you see someone who's Greek or
Uh-huh.
Italian doing something bad. You go like, "Come on, man." Do you like? You're
Like in the news or in real
real
life?
life or news? Like, fucking dude, come on, man.
Nah, not
See,
really. No.
That's why I'm blacker than you
Yeah.
because I do.
Really?
Yeah. But not Arabs.
Okay.
I was watching. There's a show I'm watching. I finished it. The whole Amber Heard thing made me want. The whole Amber Johnny Depp made me want to watch a series. Right now, it's on Netflix about a guy who was accused of murdering his wife. It's called The Stairs because she was found.
Staircase.
The Staircase. Have you
Uh-huh.
seen it?
I saw a little bit of it. It's weird because there's no narration. It's like it's really raw.
The guy is weird.
Yeah, it's really whack. I thought it was fake. I was like, is this
Yeah.
a joke or?
It looks. I thought it was fake too. Then I'm like Wikipedia it. I'm like, oh no, it's a whole real story.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy is weird and he's really rich. I in my mind at the beginning I'm like he killed him. Like for sure he
Yeah.
killed it because he's weird and he's an author. There's no filter in his thoughts.
Yeah.
Like I'm like he killed her, but he's so white and rich that he convinced me that he didn't kill her. Like I get it now. I get the
Yeah.
fucking if you're rich and white and you can just hire all the best lawyers
Yeah.
and specialists and you're like, oh, okay, I get it now. And at the end I'm like, no, he
Damn.
definitely didn't kill her. And only purely because I was able to see a bunch of specialists that he paid thousands of dollars. Like at the
Wow.
beginning he has a huge mansion and at the end of the series he's driving a Smart.
And he's so he just spent all his money on this shit.
All his money trying to clear his name.
Wow.
And here's where, by the way, that's not what makes me black. The fact that I don't trust the the legal system.
Oh, okay.
It's so there's a specialist that the defense, not the defense, the DA the district attorney, the people who are accusing him of murder, they hire a specialist, and I'm watching, and he's a bald guy.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm watching like, and he's talking, and I'm like, you're not making much sense. Like I can detect stupidity in his voice. He's like, 100%. Like he was talking with fake confidence, like the extremists that we're talking about, like how they have
angry face.
Clearly, he called her. If you look at the splash of blood or whatever, I'm like, that doesn't make much sense.
Yeah.
And then 12 years later, we find out that he was actually, it's all bullshit. He has no idea what he's talking about. He was lying. There's a bunch of murders that like he said no, he clearly, but he did not. He was just trying to. He's like, he wanted to prove that guy was guilty. And he was like, what's the best route to prove that he's guilty? Instead of being a specialist and just looking at facts and then establishing a conclusion.
He bent the truth a bit.
It's more than he bent. Yeah, he bent the truth, but in a sense, like he had the conclusion, and then he's like, I'm gonna do everything to prove that conclusion. Instead of going like this, he went like this. I have the conclusion. How can I prove?
Yeah.
So and they're like, he's so stupid. And I'm like, oh my god, how did we not catch this? And I was watching, like, come on, bald guy. Come on, bro. You're giving us a bad name. Come on, you gotta be you fucking gotta be the best. You cannot ruin it for the rest of us, you piece of shit.
Who are some really cool bald guys in history, though?
Johnny Sims.
Johnny Sims, the porn star?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, you know who's the coolest bald guy ever? I just lost
Joe Rogan?
Yeah,
Come
Joe
on,
Rogan.
He's pretty good.
Yeah,
he's pretty good. Listen, dude.
He's like probably the biggest.
The biggest bald guy right now. Probably, there was like probably some great leaders in history who were bald.
Yeah.
Gandhi? Gandhi was bald.
Gandhi was bald.
Mahatma?
Damn it, I lost it. I fucking lost it.
Great man. Bald guys, great bald guys.
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. He has a weird neck. Yeah.
He's thick. Works out his neck.
Yeah, he works out.
He's like, all right.
Another great Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
We gotta leave show business for a second because we're all only talking about people.
I had a really good
Louis C.K., my fucking hero.
Louis C.K.
Peace be upon him.
Yeah.
You know why I say peace be upon him? Do you know what that expression is? So when you're Muslims, get your fucking fatwas ready. When you say the Prophet Muhammad, do not make a short of this game.
Okay.
When you talk about the Prophet Muhammad, you're supposed to say peace be upon him. May God, every time you say the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. So for me, Louis C.K. is such a huge. I always say peace be upon him.
He's a prophet, or he's to me. He's up there. So yeah. Get the fatwa ready, ayatollahs. So yeah, that's why I always say peace be upon him. Cool. But Louis C.K. Other great bald men. Fuck. I don't know. Fucking.
Your dad.
No, he's got fucking hair in his ass. Hey, should we arm all teachers?
Oh, what a great opening. What's the name of the city? Valvadi? Valvadi? What's the name of the city where the shooting
happened? I don't know. I always saw it. I'm like, that's a misspell or whatever. Spell check, please.
Uvalde?
Vulva, Tennessee, baby.
Is it in Tennessee?
No, it's in Texas. Vulva, Texas.
Very sad.
I know, it's really sad. God, I shouldn't be making fun of it. But whatever. I made fun of the name of the town.
Make fun of the name, exactly.
Yeah, Vulva, Texas.
But I don't know. I had a thought about this. So I don't know if you know. So basically a shooter went in and he started killing people, and the cops, they're like, we're coming, we're eating donuts or whatever. So they didn't go right away. And now it puts the people who are anti-gun, in my mind, like if, let's say you're anti-gun, like you don't believe in guns, that's why this fucking thing happened, because the guy had a gun.
Yeah.
Well, if the cops are not going to protect you,
I know,
then you should get a gun.
What the fuck do you want us to do?
Like, you understand what I mean? Like, if the cops are not doing their jobs, you need a gun.
Yeah. You know what they should get? They should get, like, surveillance cameras.
With guns.
So it
guys, it was a Bonne Nuit's next product. Surveillance cameras with guns.
Or like Call of Duty, they have the thing where it's like
not call Call of Duty.
Or no, what they have like
they didn't answer the Call of Duty at all. Those fucking policemen. It's literally your job. Apparently, it's not their job. Did you know this?
It's not their job.
It's not their job.
Then what are they doing there with a bunch of guns?
They're like wearing a sexy costume. They're like they're stripper cops. All these fucking cops, they should just like quit their jobs as cops and become strippers because you make good money.
Yeah, good money.
And that's
safer.
It's I don't know. Have you seen these horny cougars? I don't know, man. Give me that cock.
I bet then they would shoot them. They'd be like, back in the name of the law.
Only if they're black.
Oh.
So yeah, just become a stripper cop.
Yeah, dude.
That's it. Just fucking honestly, because apparently they don't have to buy. I remember listening to a podcast, like an NPR gay podcast or whatever, and they were saying that it's not like if they don't act. They don't get pursued or whatever. Like it's I don't remember. Don't quote me on this. This is probably bullshit.
This is so crazy that so what's the purpose of them being there?
Don't quote me on this. I might be completely wrong.
That's fine.
But clearly they fucked up, especially Texas.
Yeah,
the land of like a fucking. Not only that's what I'm trying. The land of the gun, the land of free, the land of like libertarian and freedom and all that shit. I'm like, man, that's so sad. Like, I feel bad for everyone.
It's so crazy. Like, you think that they could, I don't know, obviously, but like, just fucking break down the door, tell the kids, get down, and like, flashbang, get the guy. I play a lot of Counter-Strike. He's at A! Disarming bomb. Jesus. It's for the 10 nerds out there listening.
I feel bad for the parents, 100%. Mm-hmm. I feel bad for the people, the cops. Mm-hmm. If you're a cop, you understand. Like, I trust cops. I don't have. I mean, I look white, but I trust cops. I never.
Fine.
Like, there's a pride. They used to be when we were young. I don't know. Cops are like, oh man. Cop,
yeah, when you're a kid, like there'd be the local cop walking down the road, swinging his baton.
What are you in the 1950s? That's all bullshit. What you just said. I don't believe anything you just said.
Okay, so in Park X, they had a bunch of like local cops that are like nice guys. They would walk down the road. They're all Greeks. Hey,
that's so smart.
You know? It was cool. So it was a bunch of Greek guys walking around, and so they would come to our school. We'd be during recess. Hey, and they'd come with their police car. Whoop whoop. You know, it'd be fun. They'd play basketball and shit. Dude, this does sound made up, but it's true, right? And then eventually you grow up and you see them. You're like, hey, and they're nice guys. Now it's all like. They don't exist anymore. Just like French guys with guns, you know?
I personally refuse to generalize. Mm-hmm. That's in all things. So even with cops, I refuse to say that all cops are bad.
Yeah.
I refuse to generalize. I truly believe, maybe I'm wrong, but I refuse. I cannot be wrong. It cannot. It's still. No. You understand? There's jobs that they're not jobs in the sense that fireman, cop, comedian. It's you when you're a child, you don't end up being a cop. You can't end up being an engineer. You can't end up being an accountant. You can't end up being a teacher. But no one ends up being a fireman or or a cop. That's their job. Since like when they're a kid, they're like, I want to be that, and then all their lives was geared toward being that.
Yeah. I know a lot of people who like they couldn't be a cop because like I don't know, they ended up like doing drugs or whatever, but it really wasn't like it wasn't that their life went to shit. It was just that like they didn't stay in the pristine path to like your mind and body. You need to like kind of
exactly. So it's like a childhood dream that they achieved. So I cannot believe like I refuse to believe that all of them are bad. You know what I mean? And then you hear like defund the police, but you're like, well, if these cops were better trained, maybe they would have. They would, or as I said, like you cannot. You're like anti-gun. I get it. The guy who murdered everyone shouldn't have a gun. But at the same time, if the cops are not doing their jobs, then you need a lot of guns,
dude, or anything. Get fucking drones that have bombs in them.
Stop watching Call of Duty, or you cannot like, bro. Ukrainian bombs, bro.
Anything, dude. Fucking frisbee that explodes. Throw it in there.
We are in so non-position to talk about everything we're talking about right now. But
dude, lasers.
It's funny. I don't know if you heard, but Trudeau announced that he's putting a freeze.
He's gay.
So I mean, honestly, listen. Every time I hear a handsome guy is gay, I'm happy because I'm like, that's less competition.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? You know, anyone with a thick head of hair.
Finally, fuck his wife.
You know, he is the representative of this neighborhood.
Of Park X too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Park X, Villeray, and Papineau, I think it is, or something.
No.
Yeah.
He used to hang. His offices are not far from
Jean
Coutu. That's what I know. I remember I invited him once to come when we had the show here.
Oh,
I tweeted like, "Hey, Justin, congrats on the win.
That's cool.
Come watch the show. We can
fun.
big seek together." I'm pretty sure since then they're like terrorist. I'm on a special list. But
something about his thing. You said it's freezing.
Yeah, he's freezing the sales of weapons or whatever. Whatever. Basically, whatever happened in in Texas is now we're like, I'm gonna use this tragedy to restrict
No.
sales or whatever of guns.
That's
Here's
a
the
little
thing.
fucked.
Here's the thing. What do you think of it? What do you think of using a tragedy
Mm-hmm.
to restrict, to apply more restrictions? How do you feel about that?
No, I think it's horrible, and I think it happens a lot more and more and more. Especially with like fucking when COVID was like at its peak, they used all sorts of shit to like pass all stuff. I don't know what it was.
Because I remember 9/11, and then
Yeah.
you had
Take off your shoes at the airport.
That was nothing, dude. If it was just the shoes,
Yeah.
like we're all under surveillance.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
shoes
it's true.
is the least of my problem.
The shoes. It's true.
It was like, but these are nice. I want to impress. I don't want to show
Yeah.
my socks. But I wonder if I don't know if that's healthy. As I said, lucky for us, we live in a democracy.
Yeah.
And if we're not happy in a couple of years, we could just say salam alaikum. and
Also,
kick them out.
Canada, the population is so small that like there's less of a chance of fucked up shit happening all around us all the time. Even though we're in a dense city,
Yeah.
it's not nothing compared to like LA. It's like 45 million people. What was Montreal like 3 million or some shit?
I cannot.
Something like that. And so like the chances of like fucked up shit happening are like small and small. That's why you get like one shooting every 10 years here in fucking Canada, in America.
Yeah.
So it's
Also, we
every
have-
long weekend.
But here's the thing: is that what causes shootings? Oh man, we are stepping on.
Hold on.
Here's the thing: is it the guns?
Yeah.
Is it or is it mental illness? This is the whole
Yeah.
debate happening in the States right now. Like, is it just the guy? Is because of the guy that there was the, or was it because he had access to guns that he was
Yeah.
able to kill?
Uh-huh.
And then I heard somewhere in like one of those Scandinavian countries, there's a guy who with a not a bow tie but a bow,
Crossbow, yeah.
crossbow, not a crossbow,
or
like
arrow, bow and arrow.
yeah, he killed like a bunch of people with bows and
Wow.
arrows.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's a mix of both. It's mental illness and
Access.
and access to really cool fucking automatic rifles.
Fuck.
We should go shoot guns. Talk about guns.
I would go shoot guns.
I
for
would
real.
love to go shoot.
Yeah.
Have you ever held a gun?
No.
I held a gun once, twice, 3 times a lady.
Yeah.
But I never shot a gun. I would like to. We
Wow.
can go to
There's nearby.
nearby Park X. Just go
Oh,
to
yeah.
Park X. Pop, 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 pop.
It's funny. Who do you think is gonna win the Johnny Depp Andy Dick?
Andy Dick. I have no other than how great your not imitation. What's the word?
Oh, impression.
Of Johnny Depp.
I can never do it again though. I don't know how to do it.
The curse. The
Oh.
fucking curse.
Not bad. Were you there? Oh, see,
Were
it's
you
there.
there?
Were you there?
Let me try to do it. My stomach is just rumbling. Were you there?
Not bad.
Were you there? You just who's Johnny Depp? It's my sexy voice. Yeah.
Were you there? It's gone.
Dude.
I can never do it again.
Do you wanna fuck Snape? Mm,
Hello, Potter.
yeah. Play with my wand. Have you ever called your dick your wand?
Never.
Yeah.
No.
I think
Never.
you should start calling it your wand,
The ones are thin and black.
like your cock.
Oh.
It's the hair.
They got a little white tip.
Does it have a white tip?
Like, you know, like the
Well, your cock once it comes, it has a white
Oh,
tip.
yeah, it does. No, I try to stuff it all back in my balls.
And you gotta eat it. So you come twice as strong
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah, but I don't want to like just eat. I put it in my cereal and I
Apparently, it's not bad for your health.
come.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Okay, so is bubbly, whatever. I could drink bubbly.
I do drink. I need to buy more.
You know, I went from the President's Choice to bubbly.
Well, okay, so clearly someone is making more money now.
No, Costco for 24. It's $9.
Oh, that's a good price.
Yeah, it's really cheap.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cheap.
Yeah, but you have to go to Costco. Which flavor are you drinking of bubbly?
It's my favorite is black currant.
Yeah.
So good. Or cherry's pretty good too.
Mm. I tried the green apple. It's
Mm.
pretty good. I liked it.
I'm on the game, baby.
Hey, you.
Hmm?
So, guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but last week we decided to set a challenge of making a stranger laugh.
Oh, yeah.
So, Gabe,
Mm-hmm.
I'll preface it and then you'll tell us.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
sure.
was on a date and Gabe messaged me saying that, I did a snarl like in one of his joke and then it killed. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
And then I went to pee, and then while I'm pissing, I see that he sent me 4 voicemails.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: I'm pissing, I'm holding my phone. I'm like, I can't play them because there's a guy next to me pissing.
Yeah.
What if it's just Gabe snarling like
4 times in a row.
while I'm pissing 4 times in a row? I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna listen to it now because it would just make it even weird. So I get in the car and I'm on the date. It's going well, and then I play it. So I apologize. I broke the intimacy bond, or like maybe you didn't want to.
Yeah.
But in the audio recordings, maybe we should release them.
Sure.
The equivalent of Johnny Depp and
That's funny, yeah, sure.
the recording. So Gabe, now this is where you jump. So what were in the recording?
Okay, so I was kind of drunk. I was
That kind of, bro.
a little drunk.
Like, yeah, hi.
Remember our competition? It's not even a competition.
Woohoo! Yeah.
So I was walking after the show. I was in a good mood. It was such a nice night. It was really hot out, and I was walking back, and then like I heard like I said it was a bunch of sailors, but it couldn't have been a bunch of sailors. That doesn't make sense. But it was a bunch of people in a bar with a microphone, all singing. You know that sailor song? It's what would you do with a drunken sailor? What will you do with a drunken sailor? What would you do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? And they sang the whole song. And I was like, that's fucking weird. And I was walking by, and then like this guy with his girlfriend walked by, and he's looking at me laughing. He's like, hey, is there a boat docking or something? And I looked at him. I was like, and he was like, oh. And he laughed, but he laughed. But like, it was a little weird thing. But I did this, pretending I was the boat or whatever. Like,
I'm sure he laughed. I am sure. That interaction with him, he's gonna remember it.
Yeah,
It's like a guy like he got it because he didn't feel threatened.
No, yeah.
If he was a girl, he'd be like pepper spray in the face.
Yeah.
But man to man, he got that you
I
were
hope
being
so.
just and he laughed.
Yeah,
If he laughed, he got it.
Okay, that's good.
Got it.
Thank God.
I wouldn't do that with a woman. That's why
Yeah.
a woman, I don't even look at them because it's haram. God does not allow it. But you see, being silly like this and stupid, you can only do that with men.
Yeah.
And you gotta laugh. So congrats, dude.
Yay.
I made a bartender laugh, but he was at the show, so I don't know if that counts.
Okay, yeah, it does. What'd you say?
He's jacked.
Mhm.
But he's like, I'm like, do you work out? He's like, I don't work out. I'm like, you fucking work out. I'm like, you know the bartender, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
He looks like a MMA fighter.
Mhm. He doesn't work out, that guy?
I don't know, Jared Rockhold, whatever. Just fucking
Luke,
jacked.
okay,
The guy
yeah.
with the blind eye.
The guy with the blind.
Yeah.
You mean the guy that always pours the beers and shit, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
but
it-
the UFC fighter has a blind eye. He doesn't have an eye that
Michael
way.
Bisping.
He looks exactly
Yeah,
like Michael
yeah.
Bisping. I'm like, you don't work out? He's like, nah, this is what.
No way.
He's like, yeah, just lift beer kegs or whatever. Like he
no
just.
way.
I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. And then
Lucky
I'm like,
bastard.
and I think there was Joey sitting. I'm like, look at his forearms. And then he put his forearm. So let's say this is my forearm, and I have a good forearm. It's
Yeah.
not a small. His forearm is like this.
Wow.
He has a huge forearm. He's like, yeah, that's my forearm. I'm like, that's your dick, and I pointed to my arm. Like, that's the
Wow.
width of your dick.
That's
and he's like,
wild.
ha ha ha. ha. I'm like, you know what? I can't. It looks like as if I'm hitting on him. And I don't.
Yeah.
I try not to hit on anyone I work with. Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm sorry, Jimmy. And then he started laughing. So that's my
Okay,
interaction.
That's a good interaction.
I told that guy he has a thick dick, and
Yeah.
I made him laugh.
Yeah, made him remember the good old days. you know?
But it's crazy. He's just naturally jacked.
yeah, I've
Lucky
never seen
son
that.
of a bitch.
That is so lucky. I it's all that Italian food, huh?
Probably, possibly. How's you seem to be losing weight, or is it just the shirts hiding?
No, yeah, I have. But then this week I probably gained like 3 pounds.
I was sitting like this,
Mhm.
naked, without going into details, and I was just staring at my belly. I'm like, yeah, I need to lose weight. I remember once a girl, you remember when I was like 40 pounds heavier? I was getting a blowjob, and Alex Leonard has a similar joke, but he has the joke because it has a tiny penis. I have the joke because so she was blowing me, and my belly just comes, just hitting,
fuck.
just getting
Oh my god! Oh no! It's smacking like it's like an ass clapping.
I'm like, oh, this is.
God.
You can't like in the middle of it just go.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I've been going on long bike rides. Like on Saturday,
Yeah.
I went on like a 2-hour bike ride.
Wow.
I went from my house to like DeCarry, all the way down NDG, up Maisonneuve, and then up Park back to my house.
On the Bixie.
Yeah.
The fucking 60-pound.
Yeah.
60 kilos
yeah,
Bixie.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I was down at the end. I was like, "Phew!" Then me and Claire went on like a 2-hour walk after.
That's
So
nice.
trying to do a lot of.
Well, you want to be sexy for London?
Don't know. I just like I feel so much better after.
I think you should do more. As I said, you need to be.
Yeah,
you need to be the bod.
I need to get
Sexy.
very tan.
Yeah, exactly. Like eventually, this podcast is just gonna be me getting more clothes on me and you getting less clothes on you. It's just you being shirtless with your six pack.
That would be interesting.
Dude, I have a feeling you with a six pack, like with your chest hair, but like the hair is doesn't do it. You would look so hot.
God damn. Yeah, I think. I mean, anyone would look hot, but I feel like you would look really hot.
I would look fucking. Fucking.
This would be. This would be made exactly. Like, so this would be. This is my look for you. You wear the same clothes. You, if anything, I think it would look amazing, even better. Like you're just jacked as fuck, but it's like. The shirt's so tight, you just see your whole body, and let's say you shave your head completely bald, you have a giant beard.
Giant beard? More than this? This is good.
But like bush. But like, so you look like you just look insane, but jacked as fuck.
Listen, we just attained new levels of gayness in this podcast, describing how hot we would be if we worked out. And imagining how the other guy, let's imagine
it would be a totally different podcast. We'd look so different. We have to change the pictures and shit. Giant beard jacked.
You see the vein. Yeah. Would I still be funny though? Yeah. I don't know.
You'd be fucking intense.
I don't know. I honestly.
We'd start a punk band, I guess. We'd stop doing comedy.
No.
We'd be the Rolling Stones.
Jason Rouse, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I don't want to. No. I don't want to be that. Even though, I mean, good for him, whatever his life is.
So funny.
This is so. Just imagine. I really think, because I saw a picture of this is even gayer and gayer. I saw a picture of a guy, and he was hairy, but he had a six pack.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's great, huh?
It's hot. Like I'm not gay, but like, I just want to go.
What does that say?
Like, I just want to feel the ripples. It's interesting. Yeah. Keep working out. Let me show you. Ooh,
that's a titty.
That's it. Yeah. All right, Mr. Gabe.
That was a good episode.
It was a really fun episode. We went deep and gay.
Yeah, deep and gay.
And hopefully we won't get a fatwa. But other than that, I love you, man.
Love you too. Bye.
I was gonna do a high five.
Oh,
here we go.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Salam alaikum.
Suck 'em a dig 'em.
This is my only bet.